For the better part of a decade, Americans have been concerned about woke prosecutors funded by George Soros, like Letitia James, Alvin Bragg, Fani Willis, Kim Fox, Kimberly Gardner, Larry Krasner. The list goes on and on. Well, now you have to worry about the judges as well. You won't believe the shocking ruling a judge just made. A shooting suspect got off with just house arrest. I'm going to explain why, and you're not going to want to miss it. Let's get into it. Hey guys and gals, it's me, Rich, your antidote to radical woke Marxist propaganda, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to take a look at a story that will truly make your jaw drop. It's a tale of judicial overreach, woke activism from the bench, and a complete disregard for public safety. Now, brace yourself, guys, because this is one for the books. Picture this. Washington, D.C., a bustling city where you'd expect some semblance of law and order. But no, we have Judge Lloyd Nolan Jr., who decided it's a brilliant idea to let a shooting suspect, Armonte Moody, roam free on house arrest. You heard that right, guys. A guy accused of shooting up a car on a packed and busy street gets to kick back at home. So why, you ask? Well, according to our esteemed judge, Moody just isn't a threat to public safety. I mean, what could possibly go wrong with letting a trigger-happy youngster hang out at home? It's not like he could ever get his hands on a weapon, right? Now, here's where it gets real. This wasn't some harmless Nerf gun event. Nope. Moody allegedly pumped over 24 rounds into a car on a crowded street. Can you imagine being caught in that crossfire? The disregard for it. Here's a news broadcast with video footage of Moody shooting at the car. The news clip doesn't show the car or anyone being hit by bullets, but I want you to see what's going on American streets where a young man feels he can run out of his house and start shooting at cars in a busy neighborhood. Give it a watch.
A D.C. teen accused of firing an AR-15 dozens of times in the Hill East neighborhood in the middle of the street has now been let out of jail while he awaits his trial. News 4 obtained 3 different camera angles, which prosecutors say show 18-year-old Armonte Moody running out of his home and opening fire on a car. The shooting happened on Independence Avenue Southeast at the end of April. No one was injured in this indiscriminate shooting. Court documents show a judge released Moody from jail to home confinement with a GPS monitor. Prosecutors, though, have now filed an emergency motion to reverse the judge's decision.
According to Judge Nolan, who seems to be channeling his inner radical hippie love vibe, Moody's just misunderstood. Yeah, because shooting at people is totally a cry for help, right? Give me a break. This isn't just a case of Nolan being too lenient or having a soft spot for the troubled youth. No, there's an ideology behind it, folks. You see, our judge is pretty chummy with Soros-backed groups, and he apparently thinks a bit of extra chaos on the streets is just what the doctor ordered. Because nothing says safe community like having a fewer repercussions for you, shooting at people. Through the swirling fog of woke justice, Nolan's logic is that we all need bigger government to swoop in and save us. Ironically, from itself, I guess. He's been quite active online, flaunting his woke credentials, cheering on Black Lives Matter, and even funding those who sip tea with Soros himself. I think this guy is out of touch with reality, and he's a judge. As the critics are quick to point out, maybe, just maybe, Nolan's love for progressive activism is clouding his judicial judgment. Do you think? I mean, an 18-year-old charged with gunning down a car out in the open without a care in the world for who saw him and getting house arrest seems a tad too lenient, right? Even the prosecutors are so not having it, pushing for an emergency do-over on this whole let's not jail the shooter decision. And amidst all this, a court spokesperson is standing by Nolan, reminding us that the presumption of innocence and the lack of Moody's criminal past are what should be taken into consideration. They are presenting a picture of a misunderstood young man with a good heart who relies on his family and presumably a very overworked GPS monitor. Well, bully for him, but he shot up a city street. I don't give a damn how misunderstood his good heart and family are. He shot up a city street. To sum it up, while Nolan might be hosting his own personal episode of Liberal Judges Gone Wild, the rest of us are left wondering if our streets are turning into scenes from a bad action movie. Maybe it's time for a little less sorcery from Soros and a bit more common sense in the courtroom. What do you think? Thank you for watching this video. Hit the subscribe button and get ready, because the culture war rages on.
From the bottom to the top, I grind every day. No time for haters, I'm here to slay. Stepping on the doubters, no time to rest. I'm like a freight train, I'm the best. Yeah, chasing dreams, no matter what it takes. I'm on fire and there's no breaks.